Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of another exciting podcast. Normally, you guys would see me in the radio stations and doing our thing with our radio station host and co host and myself in the station. But today, we are back with another exciting special. This is the same set that we did for Podcadia World Series back in July when we had the conferences happening. And of course, we had this desk forum in the sports. And, we gave you guys our output and our analysts within the terms of gaming. Today, I'm very, very excited for not only this podcast, if you're listening to it, but on the radio station side of things too. I was able to bring some of our radio equipment to Studio C for another exciting podcast event, if you will. Welcome to our nomination selection for the 2024 Game Awards. It's that time of year, folks. Of course, I'm very excited to not only be doing something special like this, but right here on the stream and on the episode, we are going to go together with K.L.P Entertainment's account and we're going to nominate our nominations for the Game Awards this year. Stay tuned. December 12th, we're going to be back here in Studio C, same setup as we watch the Game Awards live. And it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool to watch it live and to really have a great time. And, I'm going to commentate over it and it's going to be fun. It's going to be very, very fun. So I hope that you guys like it. Normally we would have just the desk and a mic on the chip, but we thought let's bring the pretty Rode arms and the microphones for Chris Audio, kind of like how Colin Howard would do on the Herd sports show that he has. So very, very excited to bring together another exciting episode. Now, this year, and I've talked about it and I will talk about it again on tomorrow's podcast episode, but this year is very special for the Game Awards because this year it marks the 10th annual anniversary. When it comes down to the Game Awards, 10 years. 10 years. And I remember watching the Game Awards when they first came out with the show, and it was like the Emmys or the Grammys, but for us gaming people, for us gaming journalists, for us gaming podcasters, for us gamers, right? So I get very excited each year with the Game Awards each year. And this one is very special because what I will say in the podcast tomorrow, we've been seeing a lot of great games like Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, and so many more games out there in the world. So, of course, I thought it would be fitting that we do an episode. So grab your popcorn, grab your snacks. If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify video, we thank y'all and enjoy the video. And if you're listening to us on any audio platforms as of Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, we thank you guys in advance as well. So without further ado, let's go on to our nominations. We're going to switch the cameras around and we're going to do a live reaction of our nominations for the Game Awards for 2024. All right, folks, we are connected with the K.L.P Entertainment business account. And what we're going to do, we're going to read through the categories here, and then I will select my thoughts on nominations. Of course, if you're watching the video, I think it'll be very suiting for everybody if you switch over to the video version of this episode because you get to see what we're doing if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Amazon, and Spotify video. But if you are listening to it, you can kind of make your predictions, but you can't really see what's going on. But you guys can comment below your thoughts and your nominations. Now, this is solely my opinion. This is not a factual fact by anybody. This is just what I thought within each category and each video game. So everybody has their own little different opinions. That's perfectly fine. I want people to have their own opinions, what they think should be the winner. And this is just the nomination. So these are not the winners. We're going to see what the winners are at the Game Awards. December 12th. We'll be right here. Now, the first category, right out the gate. Right out the gate. We've got Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Of course, you've got Astrobot, Palatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree, and Final Fantasy Rebirth. Now, Oh, and there's one more at the bottom. I can't forget that. Metaphor. I'm not even going to pronounce that next part. Yeah. So three of these games I played: Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, and Final Fantasy Rebirth. I played. Elden Ring. I tried to give it a shot, but I just couldn't give it a shot. Um, Although Astrobot was an extraordinary good game. I'm not going to lie and say it was a bad game. It was a very, very good game for it to be the mascot of PlayStation. But I've got to say my game of the year pick, the game that I couldn't stop putting down, even though again Black Myth Wukong was amazing, it was hard. I gotta say, Final Fantasy Rebirth has my vote for the game of the year because I played the first remake. It was amazing. Beat it twice, and I beat this game twice as well. So I gotta say, I gotta give it to Final Fantasy Rebirth because there's so much more you can do within the game, the storytelling, the graphical inputs, all the different types of characters, and you can swap between characters and let them be playable. So I think that was kind of a good thing. Black Myth Wukong, you're just playing Wukong by itself. Astrobot, you're just playing Astrobot. You won't be able to be anybody else. So my vote goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for sure. Cast my vote. That's my vote for the game of the year. We're gonna keep voting. Next category. Next category is best game direction. And hopefully some of these categories we won't see the same games over and over and over again. But you got Astrobot again, Bellatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. I don't think I'm never going to give Metaphor because I haven't played the game, so I can't really give that my take on that. Now, the best game direction in the category awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovative in-game direction and design. Although I wrote it Final Fantasy as my game of the year, you got to look at the game direction, the creative vision. And the creative vision, I got to give it to Astrobot because with Astrobot, there's a story there. The levels are they're designed directly, designed really, really good. There's been some cute moments too that I was just like, oh. So I got to give it to Astrobot for best game direction and my vote. And there's 29 categories, by the way. So it's going to be a great long video. Four of these games that I've played and saw. Best narrative, outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is on the ballot. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I heard that was very good. Metaphor, Senu Saga's Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2. Those are the categories for that as well. Let's see. Because all of these are great games. All of these are great games, but you're looking for the best narrative and best storytelling. I got to give it to Final Fantasy, guys. I'm not trying to be biased here, but just the narrative of the story between Aerith and Tifa and Cloud, that love triangle there. And then you had Red 13 that had his own little story. And then you had Sephiroth that brought in Barrett, had a great narrative part of his story too. So we got to give it to Final Fantasy. For sure. Best art direction for outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation. You've got Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Metaphor, and Neva. I'm torn. I'm torn between Astrobot and Neva. Neva, I haven't played physically, but I've seen gameplay. And I'm kind of leaning towards Neva for this one because although Astrobot was beautifully designed, Neva comes from a studio that they kind of had more of a futuristic color to it. It looks like it was hand-drawn from each scene, and it was just really well put together. So I got to give it to Neva in art direction, best art direction. Best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, or licensed soundtrack. Again, you got Astrobot, Final Fantasy Rebirth. Oh, these two are going to be hard for me. Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Blade. I heard they had some good music too. Man. think I want to give it to Astrobot with music because when you pre-order, you get the soundtrack within the pre-order. And I got to give it to Astrobot because I'm thinking about all the levels that's in the game that I played because I beat the game, so all the levels here, and then there was just some. I found myself in some levels I was kind of getting down and just really enjoying it, so I got to give it to Astrobot for best music and score. Best audio design, recognized for best in-game audio and sound design. You got Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Senua Saga's Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Let's see. Let's see. I do know with Astrobot, the sound, a lot of sound came from the controller, right? Whether if you're walking on sand or you're walking on ice or you're walking on grass, you can hear it via the DualSense controller. When you're flying the controller aircraft, you hear it through the controller. I think I got to give it to Astrobot again because the sound design, you hear it all, haptic feedback and all that, you hear it through the controller. And that's what makes it a great thing. Like if you play on Astrobot on your TV and you mute the TV, you can hear bits and sounds of the gameplay on Astrobot via the controller. And I think Astrobot had it to where they did really well when it comes with haptic feedback. Like again, Astrobot Playroom came with PlayStation 5 as a tech demo, and we thought it was the greatest thing. Now, when the game came out, the haptic feedback, the sound design from the controller makes you feel like you're actually in the game itself. And I think that's what the studio achieved. Black Ops 6 does have some good sound design, but again, you hear it from your TV, right? It's nothing new, right? And you got to think of PlayStation 5. The pitch was not only for great quality software and 60 frames per second, but the haptic controller, right? The haptic feedback DualSense sound from the PlayStation 5 controller. And not many studios used it as well as Astrobot did. So Astrobot's my vote for best audio design. Best performance awarded for an individual for voiceover acting, motion, or performance capture. Of course, you've got Brianna White. She plays Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You got Hannah Teal or Telly. Oops, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Life is Strange, Double Exposure. You got Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. Luke Roberts in Silent Hill 2, and you got Melina Jurgens in Senua Saga's Hellblade 2. All of these are wonderful voice actors and actresses. But I'm leaning towards Melina Jurgens because she plays Senua. And the first Hellblade, they did motion caption. And I think in Hellblade 2, they not only use Unreal Engine, but they use MetaHuman, and they use MetaHuman Animator to where they use Melina Jurgens' facial expressions to capture the moment. And not to say that, and Senua, she is wicked, and she's, I don't want to say confused, but like she's wicked, but then she's a warrior too. And I think Melina Jurgens kind of bring that out to character. Not to say that Brianna White didn't do a good job as Aerith, because she did. And I'm sad because spoiler alert, if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth by now, sadly, she dies in the game, right? So, but I'm leaning towards Melina Jurgens because of the technology they use. Again, they use Unreal Engine, and they use not Meta Human Creator, but they use MetaHuman Animator. So Melina Jurgens is my vote. All right, innovative in accessibility, recognizing software or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding additional features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even wider audiences. You've got Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4. Yeah, 4. Dragon Age, The Veil Guard, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaw. Um, this is hard because I haven't really dabbled too much into innovation of accessibility. Um, yeah, I don't know how to judge this one. I don't because I haven't seen. I'm gonna give it to Prince of Persia because the development of it is pretty good. Again, I kind of have to rush this one because I don't know too much about it. The accessibility parts of gaming, so I can't really judge too much on that. Games for Impact for a thorough, provoking game with a pro social meaning and message. You've got Closer Than Distance, Idika, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Sonora Saga, Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kanzara Zhao. Of course, and I'm kind of biased on this one, y'all, because when Tales of Kanzara Zhao came out, it was a gentleman who this was his first game, and I'm always going to be a proud gamer when it's Black culture, right? When this got announced, I thought this was a Black Panther type game because I was excited. Now it was kind of resembling kind of Black Panther and then Prince of Persia a little bit, but then with their own little take to it. And it's just kind of in a great way exploding Black culture, in my opinion. So I'm going to Tales of Kanzara Zhao. And they worked really hard. They put a lot of money into that game too. Best Ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development and ongoing content that involves the player's experience over time. You got Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy, I don't know what number, Roman numbers, I get kind of confused. So we're just going to say Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. Destiny 2, of course, everybody played. I think a lot of people I feel like people are kind of tired of Destiny 2 nowadays because they're playing so many ongoing games. Helldivers 2 was amazing, but then they put a restriction on online play. But I think I want to give it to Helldivers 2 anyway because I have a friend that plays. I have quite a few friends that play this game, and everybody's been in the media with Helldivers 2 within their online play and how strategic it was. And it made a good impact until they made that wrong move to restrict online play at that one point. That was a big no-no for them. So I think that will have the best ongoing for a lot of people. Best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Now that's Boulder Gates 3, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Helldivers, No Man's Sky. I think I want to give it to Helldivers again because when it comes to updating patches, this is the game that I see the most when it's doing updating patches. Fortnite does its patches, but then again, I see Fortnite again. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow on the podcast, T, about Ice Spice being in Fortnite, but they win so many awards every year. Baldur's Gate 3, there are some patches there, but I barely see them. Man, I'm torn. I'm gonna give it to Fortnite because I hear more Fortnite on social media than I do Helldivers 2. Just a little bit more. Sorry if I'm biased. I just feel like Fortnite wins every year. Every year, Fortnite wins some sort of award. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional published system. Animal Whale, Balatro, Lorley and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. This is an easy choice for me. I'm going for Neva. Again, the creativeness was amazing. The color is great. The story is great. Your character that you're playing is great. Everything is great about this game as an independent. This looked like it could be a AAA game. I've seen gameplay. That's my easy choice right there. So now we've got 12 out of 29, y'all. So we got 12 out of 29 games out there. Now you've got best debut indie game for the best debut game created by a new independent studio. You got Animal Well, Balatro, Minor Lords, Pacific Drive, and the Plucky Square. I don't know how to vote this one because I didn't play these. So I think I want to go for. I'm gonna go to the Plucky Squire because it just looks cute. They look like something I would play. Best mobile game, best game playable on a mobile device. You've got AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. Again, I don't really play mobile games that much because I play on console. But I'm going to give it to Wuthering Waves because that looks like something I would play. I just don't play mobile games on my phone because mobile games do take up a lot of space on my iPhone. So it's like, I don't know if I want to do that, you know? The best VR AR game for the best game experience playable on virtual and augmented reality introspective of platforms. You got Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard Wrath, Batman Arkham Shadows. Looks like I'm about to be biased again. Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening for VR. You can't go wrong with Batman. You get to play Batman. I don't really go for like horror games on VR because I get scared very easily. Ooh, but Asgard's Wrath 2 was really good too, I heard. Oh, man. And that's not fair because now they got both Oculus Studios. They got two they got two nominations in the same category. Batman. You can't go wrong with Batman. And it's a tribute to Kevin McElroy. Ooh, y'all, this is hard. This is a hard one. Best action game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. You've got Black Myth Wukong. You got Call of Duty 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 4000, Space Marine 2. Because I play quite a few of these games. Although Call of Duty has some, and Call of Duty got some good combat now. But when it comes to nonstop action, Black Myth Wukong will have my vote in action because playing that game is nonstop action. It's hard as nails. Not that hard, right? I get through some of the, it's not hard. Not harder than Elden Ring, but it's nonstop action to where there's a story, but then there's always something going on in Black Myth Wukong. With Call of Duty, there is great action, but then there's cutscenes, there's a stop, there's a break period. When you think about nonstop action, Black Myth Wukong has my vote. Best action adventure game. So this category is for the best action adventure game, combining combat and traversal and puzzle solving. You've got Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. 4 games out of the 5 that I played. The most recent is Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. That is the game I'm playing right now. Oh boy, I think I'm going for Zelda. I know I'm quick with it, but you're thinking about puzzle solving. There are some combat to Legend of Zelda, and I bought Link's Awakening. That game, that's something else. I'm thinking about the puzzle solving. Even though Astrobot had some good puzzle solving, Star Wars Outlawed had some puzzle solving, but it was just kind of too easy. I'm looking for a puzzle solving that really got my wheels spinning. And that's Legend of Zelda. They got my vote. I got to. Best RPG. So this is the best game design for which rich player character customizations, progressive, and includes massive multiplayer experiences. These nominations are Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor. RPG. I want to give it to Dragon's Dogma 2 because you're custom. You can customize characters a little bit more than you would like a dragon, right? And the is kind of progressive in a way. So Dragon's Dogma 2 has my vote because again, you're creating your character, and that has a little bit more of progression than say Life of Dragon, like a dragon, right? This is hard. This is a hard one. This ain't fair. Best fighting for the best game design, primarily around head-to-head combat. You got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which that might have my vote already. Grand Blue Finest Fantasy versus Rising. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Multiverse, and Tekken 8. Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. It's Dragon Ball. You know, best fighting, even though Tekken 8 was amazing. Even though Tekken 8 story mode was a little bit too quick. Dragon Ball has my vote. You have my vote. I'm sorry. Best fighting? Come on. Best family. Now this category, again, we're 19 out of 29, so a lot of categories to get to. Best family game. So this is the best game appropriate for family play, introspective of genre and platform. You got Astrobot, Princess Peach, Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, and the Plucky Squire. I think I'm biased in this one too. Super Mario Party is really, really amazing when it comes down. You're thinking about family, right? Family. You're thinking about playing a game with your brothers and sisters, maybe your mom and dad, maybe your cousins. I see with my siblings, and I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, I see my family playing Super Mario Party as a family game than they would The Legend of Zelda, right? So Super Mario Party has my vote. They're probably going to win that one for best family friendly. Best sim and strategy. Now, this is the game focused on real time and turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, introspective of platform. Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Konitsugami, The Path of the Goddess, Minor Lords, Unicorn Overlord. I think Age of Mythology Retold might be the best one with when you're talking about simulation. I've seen the trailers of this before and I've seen gameplay of it, and you really get to the simulation is a little bit more in this game than all the others that I've seen. So that one has my vote. Best sports / racing, of course. This is the best tradition or non-traditional sports in racing game. F1 24, you got EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and then you have WWE 2K24. I'm a little bit confused because it said best sports / racing. I don't know. I mean, there's none of these are racing except for the one. So you would think F1 24 would win for racing because that's the only racing game category here. Man, I love like FIFA though. I do. I'm biased. I'm going for WWE because I love WWE. Best sports, really, but racing, it doesn't really pertain to that. But 2K24, WWE wins my vote. It's good to see WWE nominated. Best multiplayer. Now, this is for the outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massive multiplayer experience, introspective of game, genre, and platform. You have Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 4000 Space Marine 2. Oh, man, this is another hard one. Because multiplayer in Tekken 8 is pretty good. You can't go wrong with Super Mario Party when it comes down to it. You just can't. But then you got Black Ops 6 when it comes down to multiplayer, right? I'm going to rule out Call of Duty and Tekken, right? Because although their multiplayer was great, it just wasn't, it didn't pop out as much. Helldivers 2, when you play online, it's really, really fun. I got to go with Helldivers 2 because it's fun and then you're communicating within a lot of people. Like a lot of my friend groups, we play this and we communicate um, via not Zoom, but what's the other one? Discord. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adopts a video game or another entertainment media. You've got Arcane, you got Fallout, you got Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, which I didn't even know they made a show like that. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. I've seen that. That's available on Netflix right now. Good animation. I feel like a lot of people are going to vote Fallout, which I get it because they won last time too. I'm going for Knuckles because I love Sonic. So, I got to be biased a little bit. Most anticipated game. Now, this is recognizing an announced game that has demonstratedly illustrated potential to push the gaming medium. You got Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Ghost of Yotai, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metro Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh, this ain't fair because all of these are good. Dang. This is hard. Very, very hard, y'all, because they all look good. I think I want to go for. I think I want to go for. I think I want to go for Metro Prime 4 because Retro Studios do so much great work. They are the producers behind the Donkey Kong remade games, which those are award-winning games too. And we're kind of getting a new refresh of the Prime series, right? I have Prime 1 remastered for Switch, which is great. Done some great work on that. It's great. But after Dread won last year, I think it was last year's Game Awards last year, we are anticipating this one to be. This is a game I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick up all of these, right? But I'm more excited for Prime 4 because they're pushing more limits to the Prime franchise. With GTA, graphically is gonna look amazing, right? I hope that because there's been speculation that they're going to be pushing the game back to 2027. So I can't really rule GTA 6 right now because we don't know when this game comes out, right? It could be 3 years, it could be 4 years. Everybody's going to. Ghost of Tsushima's amazing game, but I haven't seen anything new, right? It kind of seems like they're going with the same formula. Same thing with Death Stranding 2. It's like the first one, but maybe a little bit more prettier, different character, right? With Prime 4, you getting something new. So Prime 4 has my vote for now. And it just looked like a badass cover too. I love it. Content creator of the year. I think I'm skipping over this one. Can I skip it? Because I don't really follow content creators. I mean, I follow them, but I just don't know too much of their work. It looks like, can I skip it? All right, yeah, we're skipping that. I don't care too much about that. Best esports game, of course. This illustrates the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players. And I mean that with the content creators. They're because they make some people that play esports, they make millions. So I'm not knocking them, but I just don't. Inclusive tournaments, community support, and content updates. Introspective of genre of platform. You got Counter-Strike 2, which that one's pretty good. Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant. I played Valorant. Valorant's pretty good too. I'm going to go with Valorant because Riot Games did that and they always do amazing work. And I play Valorant. It's pretty solid for esports. Don't care for this one. Like, congratulations to all of these esports athletes that who make millions and they get recognized. I just don't personally care too much for them because congratulations, but I can't vote on something that I don't know these athletes. So I can't vote on something I don't know about. Same thing with esports team. Again, I don't know any of these teams. Congratulations to them though. they're making millions and this is their passion. I'm always going to be an advocate for following your passion. I just don't know them, so I can't vote on somebody I don't know. Player's voice, 3 rounds, 3 chances to win. Let's see what this is real quick, guys. I'm sorry. I don't really know what player's choice is, but I'm going to hit notify me as well. And it's going to be sent to our business email. I don't really know too much about that one. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I think that's it, guys. Because it's 29, and I think the player's choice would be the final 3. So maybe when round 2 opens up on December 2nd, and then December 5th, and then the 9th, I guess I'll do a kind of a update on the podcast for sure. But these are all the nominations that are there, up to 29 nominations, not including, including the 3-round player's choice. I think those are going to be open in specific days. But yeah, these are it. 2024 nominations. I'm very happy about my pick about these nominations. I hope that these are the winners, and, congratulations to everybody that got recognized for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, those were my nomination picks for the Game Awards. Again, I am so excited for the Game Awards of 2024. What I will say, I feel like I'm going to kind of repeat myself a little bit because I'm going to say it tomorrow on tomorrow night's podcast. But I look forward to the Game Awards to see the winners and to see everybody joyous together and celebrate video games. But I would be behooved if I didn't say that I'm looking forward to video games getting announced. That is the thing that Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards organization, they put together. All the companies say, hey, we're going to have a great time and select winners for Game Awards. But we also got some games that we're going to announce for the year of 2025. As 2025 is on its way around the corner, I look forward to see updates for games that's coming out in 2025 and potentially new games that are going to be announced as world premieres for the Game Awards. So I look forward to it. Shout out to everybody who plays video games. Shout out to everybody who dabbles in video games. Shout out to every podcaster that talks about video games. Shout out to every journalist that writes about video games. And shout out to Jeff Keighley. He's doing his thing 10 years strong and is still going wild. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to see what happens next. And we can't wait. Again, we'll be back here, same set, same studio, December 12th, the 2024 Game Awards live and from the Peacock Theater. But we'll be here in the studio to do our reactions live for you guys, part of K.L.P. Entertainment. So we love it for that. Again, that's going to wrap it up on the special edition of a podcast presented by K.L.P. Entertainment, K.L.P. Network, and Kennedy Lucas and Associates. We'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.